Hello everyone, I'm going to show you how I go camping on my 125cc Super 8 Kimco scooter. Here we are on a beautiful day in the South Island of currently COVID-free New Zealand, January 2021. I've spent the last 5 days camping out of my scooter here. So I've got a phone holder, just a $5 one, and then put a little piece of wire just to hold it so the phone doesn't slide down. And then of course we need a charger. So I've installed a charger under the seat and drilled a little hole to run the wire out. And it's operated by this switch here. I could probably wire it into the keys, but I didn't have time to look for that. So first thing you want to do is get some sort of a rack for the back. Got my box mounted, just using a piece of plywood with some massive washers, and it just screws into the 4 holes there with some lock nuts. This box, make sure you get a sturdy one. This is the Steamer brand. The ad showed someone standing on top of it, so I knew it would be strong enough. Other ones, as soon as you ratchet strap, it'll just crack and fall to pieces. That's no good. Some issues I've had already. I lost a bolt through here, so always carry some duct tape and wire ties. The protection around the back of the muffler here came off, is gone. Another bolt's missing from here. I'm gonna have to get a new belt soon. I don't think it's been changed in the 20,000 miles. And the speedometer stopped working, but it was just the connection down here that came out. It's still a bit loose. I'll have to see how to properly put that back in once I get home. So I just strapped my tent, sleeping bag, sleeping mat right around the whole thing, and now with the gear removed I can show you that the straps simply go through there and it will stop them from coming off sideways. Now to open under the seat is a bit of a pain because you have to take that off every time, which is where you get the petrol, and it reminds me of the film Dumb and Dumber, where you have to lift up the dog leg flap to get to the keyhole, and then you can open the seat. There's your fuel tank. What is it? 5 litres. Asked me about 110 kilometres if I'm going fast, full throttle, or 150 if I'm just cruising at like 60 k's. I was going down a gravel road for a couple of days and it lasted me 150 instead of 110 k's, so that was a big improvement. Here's my jumper. I've got my water bottle in here, 3 litres. It's quite a bit of a pain to have enough water with you because it takes up a lot of room. Got my extra fuel tank there, that's another 5 litres, so that takes up most of the room in the box. If I was going on a longer trip, I would take maybe 2 of these water bottles and put them down here between the legs because there's a bit of room that doesn't get used and it's at a low centre of gravity. And here I've got my phone charger, 5-volt adapter, and I keep a spare one of them as well. A dual port so I can charge my phone and a little battery bank at the same time. So I keep a puncture kit with me, bunch of tools, my Leatherman with some pliers on it, adjustable wrench, screwdrivers, anything to do some basic work on the scooter, Bluetooth speaker, extra cord that won't break, of course some duct tape and zip ties as well. I'll show you how the bags are attached now. The bags have a loop on the back of them. These are just cheap handbag type things I got at the secondhand shop for about $3 each. I ran some excess strap between the bags through the loop and stapled it together at the other bag because I don't have a sewing machine. So they kind of just hang over like a saddlebag really. And then I took one of these cam lock doohickeys and went all the way around just as an extra safety and to suck it in. The bags are also attached at the back with some wire tied on both sides, and then to make sure it doesn't slide up and down, I've brought a wire and wrapped it around the middle to both sides, and it holds it pretty securely there. Now, since it's quite difficult to access under the seat when everything's loaded on, these side bags are going to contain everything that you need to get to during your trip, during the day. So I've got my miniature tripod, trail mix, biscuits. You got to take everything out of the packaging and put it in small bags, because most of the places where I'm going, there's no rubbish bins around here. So you got to take everything with you, and you want it to be as small as possible. I keep my sunglasses in here and a sock. My helmet has built-in sunglasses, so that's a bonus. Definitely recommend that. My rain pants and rain jacket are also in there. Around this side, I keep my easy to access water bottle. Squish everything down to as small as it can get while you're drinking it. The rest of my clothes are in here. This is everything I have in a plastic bag. Put everything in a plastic bag, then if it rains you don't have issues. I also keep bug spray and sunblock that I put into a little bottle here, easy to access. The sun is a bloody killer around here. Got to instantly put it on. In here we've got my jandals, oops, my towel, a tarp to go underneath the tent, and here's the fuel tank, which put that in a bag as well. Fuel is ridiculously hard to contain. It always wants to expand and evaporate out of there and make everything stink, so that's why I've got it in a bag, and I put the tarp on top of it before anything else goes near it. Also, if you have a side stand like this, when you use that, your bike will lean to the left, so make sure that you put the cap of the fuel tank on the higher side, because at the start I had it the other way around, and I looked in here and it was full of fuel. Yuck, everything stank. It's a pain in the ass. What else is in here? I've got a kind of a thick yoga mat for sleeping on that just bends around the whole, all the way around the fuel tank there. And then I've stuck a high-vis jacket in there just because my max speed is about 80 kilometers an hour, so that kind of tells people, hey, I'm here, watch out. So in this side pocket I have my swimming togs, a bowl, a pot, the gas for the pot, and here's the little cook stove. Got my shampoo in there, fork, body odour, toilet paper, earplugs, some more food, rice and pasta packets. I use this lock for the scooter. It just clips around here and push the end in. Sorry, I'm trying to video with, I need 3 hands here. But that's an easy way to secure the scooter. I used to have a chain that went around the wheel, but it was such a pain in the ass to get it out and bend over every time that I found myself not putting it on as often as I should. So what's the point of having a lock if you don't use it very much? So this thing's quite easy. Made in New Zealand too, I think. I've got my helmet and riding jacket here. That fits nicely between the leg gap. When I'm going into a shop, everything can just go on there. I can charge my phone, all that. You want to make sure that it provides everything that a car can provide, so make sure you've got power, food, water. You can stay dry with your rain jacket. You have enough shield from the wind. This thing is small, but it directs the air right up to my head, and there's a lot of bees around here, so it kind of pushes most of them out the way, which is good. You don't want those going in between your jacket and your helmet. The first thing I did was fix the awful seat on the scooter. It's made for 2 people, very uncomfortable, 2 short people, so I'm adding this filler here that I've kind of made a wedge shape, and it's made out of these 4 tiles. And then I'm just going to have a yoga mat, piece of yoga mat that I've cut to finish it off. Just got to figure out how to attach it all underneath, whether I use staples or it only needs to last a week for the trip, so figure something out. It's like a jelly type yoga mat. It's real ugly. Duct taped it on, and then I found these couple of straps. Oh, that's quite loose. And that's securely held it on for the rest of the trip. And the rest of my yoga mat is in there for my sleeping mat. Alright, everything's packed away. I'm refueled, filled up my water bottle, got the phone charging. With the straps, test them out at home before you go, and then cut them to length. You'll want about 2 feet extra past the ratchet, and then just cut it off and hit the end with a lighter to melt it together. Don't try and leave it longer because it could potentially come undone and get caught in your wheels, and that would be awful. So just cut everything. They'll be your permanent scooter straps, and you can use that excess like I did to bridge across between the bags under the seat there. Alright, heading off. Just come from that way for about an hour and a half this morning. Escaped the rain. I don't know if you can hear, but the power lines are buzzing, like sizzling the whole way, which is a bit scary. Don't worry, I parked under them. And going down here, and it's looking a bit rainy, so I've just stopped to get out my rain pants, my rain jacket, and all that fun stuff that I packed and hoped I wouldn't need. Yep, so put the tent away wet. It was a bit drizzly this morning. Packed up, went and found a little picnic table with a roof on it and made some coffee and porridge.